So this is some free talking about life and sex and babies and marriage and all that business. I'm wondering if life can simply be described as being about men growing up pretty much obsessed with sex and hopefully sex with as many women as possible. I wonder if life is simply about a man's desire to have sex and therefore children. And that's the end of it. Is life pretty much as can life be described as men growing up wanting to have sex with a woman and produce children to form a family, and women wanting to choose the best men to have babies with? Is this simply an end in itself to form families? Because I'm trying to work out any other possible reason for why life exists, why we're here, and what we're doing. It's difficult to see a goal beyond producing children and having a family. Myself, I've had two children, so I am wondering if life has what's the word, has lost its reason for being. In other words, I'm thinking, am I now aimless? Do I have work to do to give myself a project to get involved in so that I have a mission? Because I've had children, so I've contributed to society and helped the next generations or whatever. So now I'm looking around for what to do with myself. So I'm thinking I need a new project in life, something to focus on to give me desire and motivation. So it is strange to feel like I've run the marathon and the marathon's finished, and I have to decide what to do with myself now. So I'm in a medical situation which has meant I've lost my memory. For example, I don't even remember my children. The only thing I know about my children are their names. I don't know how old they are, I don't know when they were born, I don't know what they look like. I don't know where they are, but I imagine they're in Barnet and North London. So it's a very strange life and I haven't yet worked it out. So I don't actually know what to do with myself. I do know that I think it would be a good idea to focus on something. So I'm wondering if I could focus on doing YouTube work. And one issue is that I'm not particularly popular. Um, I'm not saying anything that's of interest. So obviously I have work to do to find interesting things to be saying. But it is in my mind as a possible use of my time. I don't actually know what to do with myself. Not having a memory is so difficult to manage. It simply means that I don't know how to organize myself, do anything useful. All I can do at the moment is survive day to day and eat and sleep and do some YouTube work and watch some stuff on my computer. I don't know what else to be doing. And I wish I could settle on something to focus on. But as I say, I would like to do more YouTube work. But then I'm thinking I'm not making an impact on YouTube. I'm not delivering the goods, as it were. So it might be good for me to use my time in that way. But I wouldn't feel like I'm achieving very much. So I'm a bit confused about what to do with myself. But for now, it's YouTube work, and that's all I can think of to do. It's such a strange life at the moment. I'm thinking of the family side, or rather the ex-family side. So I have two children. I don't know how old they are, and I don't know where they are. But I imagine they're in Barnet in North London. So how can I help my children as a good father? How can I be useful to them? I wouldn't, for example, be able to have control of them and the authority. I couldn't take them out anywhere because of my memory problem is so extreme. I wouldn't be safe to do that to my children. I couldn't be responsible for them. So I don't know how to build a relationship with my children having no memory. So it's a real mystery and I'm frustrated basically. So I don't feel any urgency to meet them and things. I don't remember them, and I know also that I can't actually be a father to them properly as things stand. So I'm thinking that my injury was 2015, I'm pretty certain. So if my memory hasn't recovered by now, it's probably not going to recover. So that's absolutely awful, and I don't know what to do, basically, except survive day to day. That's what I'm doing. And I'm having tiny bits of improvement in my sense of taste. So living day to day is, a bit more interesting, a bit more positive. Because not tasting food is really awful. And in my situation, food is very important in my life, and to not taste it is really awful. And I'm hoping that that might improve. But considering it's been 5 or 6 years, it could be wishful thinking on my part that my taste is improving. I don't know if it will happen. So I do hope though. So let's see how it goes. But so there are some things I want to do. I want to catch up with music and film and TV because I have no idea what's been happening for the last few years. The music I'm listening to is from 2012 period. So what's happened in the last 2 years or so? How have things changed? I don't know what's going on, and I have no idea what's going on in film and television either. So I'm a very ignorant person, just living on the stage day to day. So it is not ideal, and I do want to try and do something useful, but knowing what to do, very difficult to work out. But I think what's important is to try and hopefully my taste will improve. Thinking of things to do on YouTube that are worthwhile. Entertaining myself as much as possible. Thinking of ways how I can be useful to my children. And also, I want to find out more about how I got into this situation. I don't know if there's a project file or something that I can refer to understand how I got here. Because in my head, things are a real mystery as to why life is like this and how I got here. So I do have to try and make that happen. And I don't have a caseworker or such. I don't have someone working with me who I can talk to and ask questions of. And I don't know why that is. But I suppose it has been a long time since I was injured. So maybe they just keep me on the back burner and I'm not too concerned about me. Well, I'm concerned about me, so I hope that that can change.